Peru and the Shining Path. Sendero Luminoso was founded in 1960 by Abimael Guzman. They were known for their Marxism, Leninism, and Maoism ideology. Sendero Luminoso chose lower class states in Peru. They believed that in rural parts, people were more indigenous and more savages, which would mean that they were poor and would want to go against the Peruvian state. Many were brainwashed to believe that Sendero Luminoso was a group that wanted to support lower class society and wanted to overthrow capitalism. If anyone were to speak against a terrorist group, they would be executed immediately. The first attack occurred in 1980 during the presidential elections. The terrorist group captured and burned the ballot boxes as a sign of protest and a sign of war against the Peruvian state. There were many massacres during the terrorist years in Peru. The two major ones were the Lucanamarca massacre and the Tarata bombing due to its horrible outcome. Lucanamarca occurred in the small town of Ayacucho on April 3, 1983. 16 members of the Shining Path group attacked the small town with rifles, knives, bombs, and many more weapons. There were 69 villagers who died during the massacre. Among the victims were elders, adults, and children. The Tarata bombing occurred on July 16, 1992, in the district of Miraflores. The district of Miraflores was mostly known for people that lived in high society and were part of it. At 9:15 p.m. that day, a car bomb exploded, which led to 25 deaths, and more than 150 people were injured that night. Who was Abimael Guzman? Abimael Guzman was born on December 3, 1934, and was the founder of the Shining Path group. He was a former university professor with extreme communist ideologies. He was convinced that violence was necessary to overthrow the Peruvian state. His other ideology was that having a classless country needed to happen, which is surprising because he grew up in a high-class family. Up until he was captured on September 12, 1992, by former President Alberto Fujimori, he never changed his mind and his ideology. He pled not guilty during the sentence and died behind bars on September 11th, 2021. By the year 2003, it was concluded that around 69,000 Peruvians died from 1980 through 2000, and $10 billion were lost due to the attacks of the terrorist group. Sendero Luminoso disappeared from the public eye in 2000. Many of the guerrilleros were sentenced 10 to 12 years in prison. Many were let go due to good behavior, and they are walking freely as we speak. It is known that those guerrilleros sent children to colleges to learn about law. Many politicians are known to be connected to those who were in the terrorist group. A museum was built to honor those who were in Sendero Luminoso, but it has been demolished by the Peruvian government after the uproar it caused throughout the whole country. Victims and their families never got the justice that they deserved, but every single day they are remembered. My parents lived in Peru during the time of terrorism. My dad and his mother were victims of one of the car bombing attacks. Thankfully, they made it out of life, but it is a time that he can't forget. He lost many friends along those years, and his family moved here to the U.S., wanting to run away from terrorism. He had to stay back due to the financial struggles that the country faced. My mom remembers that she would have to be at home before 8 p.m. due to the nightly lockdowns that went down for many years. It would start at 10 p.m. and end at 6 a.m. the next morning. One of the horrible memories that they had was seeing dead dogs hanged in poles as a sign of threat towards police officers and any other soldiers. They saw many bodies covered up on the streets. Imagine living your teenage years during these times. Every single time that they would go out to work, they would hug their parents as if it were the last time. Both didn't know if they would come back home alive, and that is something neither of them can forget.